Hello everyone, my name is Kate Marshall. The name of my channel is called Inked Paper Art, and today I'm going to show you a 12 by 12 one-page wonder out of a single-sided 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. So a lot of us have old scrapbook paper that is single-sided, and so that's a hard thing to use these days for a lot of people, right? So I have an old DCWV. It's a cardstock paper pad, and it has single-sided, so there's pattern on one side and white or ivory or whatever on the back. So I've hung on to this one because it does have some elements, some pages that I like in it. So the project today is a 12 by 12 one-page wonder that's out of single-sided paper. I'm going to use I'm either going to use this map one, or let's use this grungy one. Okay, so find your paper, pull it out of your paper pad, whatever it is that you have. This is a lighter weight, like a 65-pound cardstock. It doesn't matter what size weight your cardstock is. We're going to score it on the scoreboard anyway. So if you have double-sided cardstock you want to use for this project, you can make it out of double-sided. Just make sure you're aware you're going to lose one side. This project, you do not see the white part at all, so just keep that in mind. I also think it's a really good idea if you make two of these at the same time out of coordinating but not the same pieces of paper. That way your offcuts from one can become pockets for the next project. You'll see how that works here in just a minute, but let's go ahead and get started. So I've got a 12 by 12 that I've taken off the branding strip, or taken it out of the paper pad so the branding strip is not on it anymore. And then I'm going to put it into my 12 by 12 scoreboard. Make sure that when you're putting things in a scoreboard, you're lining them up all the way top and bottom, or top and left side edge. Then you're going to score it at 6 inches. Score it at 6. Perfect. And then right here, while you're at 6 inches, you want to go ahead and score this edge over here. So take your paper, completely turn it around so that this edge is now on the left side. So the right edge is now on the left side. And you're going to score right here at 1.5 inches. Okay. From there, you should have 1.5 scored here, and you should have had a score mark of 6 here. It's just easier for me to do it that way. Then I'm going to take my paper and turn it the opposite direction, and I'm going to score at 6. I will go over all of this one more time for you. So you start out with your piece of paper. You take your paper, there's a little piece of paper stuck to it. Take your paper, put it in here, score it at 6. Then it's easier to take your paper and turn it 180 degrees and score at 1.5. Okay. Then turn it one more time and score it at 6 down the center. You should have 6 and 6, and one side should have 1.5 inch score line. So then you're going to take your paper out of your scoreboard. You're going to put it like this on your desk where the 1.5 inch score is right here. In fact, I'll go ahead and kind of fold that over a little bit. The 1.5 is here. Then you had 1 6-inch score here and 1 6-inch score here. Okay. You're going to take it, fold it up, give that a bone fold. All right. So you have the fold line at the bottom and the open part at the top. Then you're going to fold this over just so that you can kind of, see where it's at really. And then open it back up. You're going to cut off this one, the bottom left piece, the bottom left corner. You're going to cut that off. It's easier on camera and also for myself if I give this a little bit of ink just on that fold line, so that you can see it and so that I can see where to cut. If you want to put this back in a paper trimmer or cutter and cut it, be my guest. I think it's easy enough just to cut it like this. Just cut up to that score line. And then we're going to cut this one off. This is a forgiving project. It doesn't have to be exact or perfect, so do not worry about it. But here's where I'm saying if you make two of these at the same time, you can take this offcut piece and put this as pockets into a different one of these, and then take that one's offcut and put it as pockets onto this one so that your pockets aren't exactly the same. So anyway, I'll show you that more in here in just a minute because I made several today. From here, you're going to take this little flap that's right here, the top left section. That one gets folded over almost all the way. You need to leave it back a little bit so that when this folds, it doesn't get hung up on itself. So leave that off just a little bit from the score line. Go ahead and give that a little crease. Make sure that you can fold it over. Once it folds over, crease it again, and that one is done. Now for this one, you're going to cut off this bottom section here. So now you're cutting the 1.5 inch portion of the bottom. And so I like to just give that a better fold. We're going to fold that with the bone folder. Get a better fold there. And I'm going to ink it so you guys can see as well. And then it just helps me to see where I need to cut it. Cut it, yep. There we go. So now we're cutting off the bottom right side. It makes sense? And it's just the little 1.5. Don't cut the whole panel off. Just the little 1.5 inch scored piece there. And so all of these can be used as pockets. I'm trying to cut it right on it. There we go. All right, done. Now this one is going to flip up here, okay? And this is going to be our hinge. We need to do a little bit of inking and a little bit of cutting and then, or thumb hole notching, and we'll be good to go. So here's how this is going to work. I want to ink back here. I want to ink down this little fold line here. The score line doesn't have to be exact. It's just really for in case something shows. And I want to ink right here where this fold line is. Okay. Then from there, I want to ink this part right here. Again, this is a grungy paper, so we might as well go grungy with it. It's all good. There we go. That's where I've inked. It doesn't make sense now, but it will in a moment. So after that, you can ink the whole thing around the edge too. I like to do that later. So we're going to do our thumb notches. So the places where you didn't ink, this one down here, and this one right here, that's where our thumb notches go. So do my thumb notches. And we're going to go right about there. And we're going to go right about here. Okay, so that's why we inked back there, and that's why we inked back here, so that everything is inked when we have thumb notches. Okay, now we're ready to glue. Gluing is super simple. This is a very fast project. I suggest that you mass make them, or at least, like I said, make 2 at a time out of coordinating papers. If you're working from a paper pad, normally there are coordinating papers in that paper pad. So that's really good. If you shop at Hobby Lobby, a lot of their paper pads are single-sided. Joann's and that, I'm not sure, or I guess Joann's doesn't exist anymore. Michael's, I'm not sure if theirs are single-sided or double. I don't shop at Michael's, but just because we don't have one close to us. But anyway, it's a good use of all those scrapbook papers that we all hoard from when we were scrapbookers, traditional scrapbookers. Now we're scrapbookers kind of in a different way because we make junk journals. So there's that. Folds over like this. And we have our hinge. This hinge hinges on a piece of paper, journal page. It's not really cut very well down here at the bottom. That's kind of funny. Anyway, you want yours to be cut so that you don't have a big jagged piece hanging out. But if you cut like me, then there might be, and you might need to adjust it. Okay, we have this one completed. I'm going to show you the other 2 I made, and we're going to decorate them. So this is the way it works on a journal page. This is our journal page here. The hinge, the little 1.5 inch flap. Oh, I see what happened. It's not folded right. It's not wanting to fold right. Right there. Perfect. Now it's really not. We're going to have to do a decorative cut on our little hinge. If you mess it up like me, just cut them at an angle and they'll all be good. There we go. Now our hinge has a little decorative cut to it. So take your hinge, the 1.5-inch piece, and that is going to glue down right here as a hinge to hinge this. So this glues to a journal page if you want to do the hinge. If you don't want to do the hinge, then cut off that entire 1.5-inch strip all the way down the 12 inches, and then you'll have a pocket that you'll glue down the right side and down the bottom, and you'll have this little flip out thing, and it will be a tuck back here. So I like to do the hinge because I like the way it completely opens like this, but you don't have to. So anyway, it's going to glue to a journal page like this. This one is still not wanting to fold right. It's good now. So it goes like this. I made 2 more. I made one that has a text cardstock, so this hinge worked normal, and it folds out like that, like that. There we go. I also made one out of scripty cardstock, so it's just a script single-sided cardstock. Yes, because it is directional for both the text and the scripty, one side of the script is upside down. I don't care because I have a plan for decorating that, but if it matters, don't choose directional cardstock. But these are the 3 that I have. They're all coordinating. They're all out of the same scrapbook paper pad. And so I'm going to use the offcuts now to decorate them and add pockets. And so it doesn't really matter which one we choose. We're just going to add pockets. Let's go ahead and do this one. So take your little piece of offcut, that bottom corner that we cut off, and take that, and that's where you're going to do your pockets from. So I'm trying to get to my cutter so I can cut some pockets. So this piece right here measures, so it's going to fit on a journal page. It measures 4 3/4. We have 5.5 on a normal journal page. So I want a piece that's going to be about 4.5 or so for a pocket. I'm going to back it down to 4 1/4. I like a smaller pocket when it's a decorative pocket. So 4 1/4 by, let's do 3 inches. And that's the pocket that's going to go right here. So that's that one. Okay. Now, if you want a pocket on the back, you could do a corner pocket. So it's just a big tuck, not out of this piece of cardstock, but you certainly could do a big corner pocket, or you could use the leftover bit right there and just add a pocket. That's nice too. But you also could add a piece of coffee dyed paper back here to make it be a little bit of journaling space that's kind of hidden, right? So there's that right there. You could add a little pocket. It is the same width, but it'd be too close to the edge for me. I would just trim off a little bit and do a pocket right there. You could have a little pocket right here. So there's lots of options. I'm just going to cut a little more off and we're going to add a pocket. So this little guy, I'm cutting to 2 3/4. 2 3/4 by, let's do 2.5. It'll just be a couple little bits of pocket there. So there's that one. Let's go ahead and get some thumb notches going, and we'll add these pockets. And then I think we're just going to work on one, but you can see where the offcuts from the other ones can decorate. They can decorate each other with offcuts. I'm going to do a thumb notch, but I'm not sure we're going to use this piece. It's such a small little tiny baby one. And same with this one. So let's see where we want these pockets. This cardstock, the DCWV, it doesn't fold or crease very well. It does need inked. So some of those older papers that we used to scrapbook with, some of them were very good quality and some of them were just so. Anyway, just make sure you're choosing favorites when you're doing this project. Let's get this one done and decorated, and then I'll have 2 more that I can just put in my stash to decorate later. I have picked out some decorating bits and it should go, I say fairly quickly, but we'll see. So the large pocket, again, you could put it here. You could put it back here in the back. Maybe we should put it back there in the back. I'm going to put it in the front. I always do that. So I'm going to do it the thin line of glue on 3 sides of this one, trying not to go off the edge. I find my gluing is significantly better when I don't have coffee. When I do have coffee, it's just a free-for-all. I like to leave a little border around the pocket where I can see the bottom cardstock. So that's what I did there. There's that. We'll decorate up that pocket too. So now we have pocket and pocket. Good. Now I do have a little one for right here, should I choose to do that. I also have one that could go here, should I choose to do that. We have them, we might as well. You could do a long one that could tuck sideways like a journal card could tuck right there from this extra little strip. You could do a long one so something could tuck in there. Maybe we'll do that back here. Maybe we'll do the long one here. I like that. Let's do it. Let's get a thumb notch in the center of this guy. This one's really important we get it centered because it's such a long piece of cardstock. You will see it if it's off. So let's get that guy inked up. And then we'll glue that one on. I like this little long strip idea. I hadn't done that in previous ones, so good. So we'll do a long tuck one here. And then I think I will add coffee dyed paper to the back side. So there's that. And we'll do one pocket on the front. So I didn't cut this short. It should be the right size. Should it not be, I'm going to cut off a little sliver at the bottom. Get that into position. That's all good. There we go. So now we have a place where you could tuck like a journal card or tag or something in there. I like that. That's pretty good. There is just that little sliver that needed to be cut right there. Good. Yay. Happy. And then we have 2 different ones, and you almost could have layered them. I mean, you really can layer them. But it's kind of like same pocket and same pocket. That's why I would like, you know, to have coordinating cardstock. And I do, but I'm not going to take the time to cut it at the moment to do that. You could have 2 pockets right there, though. We're getting very pocket heavy. Let's just do some decorating on the front right here because I feel like we have enough and there is an option for a pocket back here. So let's just do some decorating right here. We have book page kind of texty bit right there. Let's find some decorating bits. I can't decide if I want a pocket there or not. Let's just add it. What's it going to hurt? I mean, it's one more piece of ephemera we have to make in the end, but you know, this is where projects like this, don't be afraid to use those printable tags or printable ephemera, cheater ephemera, if you will, to fill up some of the pockets because you're going to have 2 big ones and all these other little pockets. So don't be afraid to use what I refer to as cheater ephemera. Those pre-printed, you know, pre-made tags and stuff like that to fill up some of these. Obviously, you want some handmade, but don't be afraid to fill some with pre-made. All right, let's decorate. We're running out of time. We've got to get it done. For decorating this, let's go ahead and get a glue space. And I know that I want some background graph paper. Again, I'm still probably going to put coffee dyed paper right here. So let's just decorate the front and the pocket. So let's tear this off at an angle. Let's get some ink going on it. It's a little bit grungier of a project. It'll probably go in the botanical journal. That's good. I like that. Let's get some glue stick on there. just adds a little bit of different pattern, and that's what I had in front of me, so it works. There we go. Sticky, sticky. All right, that's good. Now we're going to need to lighten and brighten this up. This guy here, I don't want to do same. Let's save that. Put like a little label. I don't want sewing ones. Price ones. Math would be okay. Those two would be okay. Okay, so I have some little labels. Just when I say it's not going to take forever, then it takes forever. All right, so I have some little labels. I can't pick them back up. Let's ink them. I'm going to do this guy. I like that he already has a little box border inside of him. And I think we're going to do this one. Couple little labels. Now we need some botanical flowers, and I think I need one more layer for here. And I do have a little bit of like actual book page. I'm going to do that here. So just a little book page, because the background on this little pocket is so dark. Yeah, you need to lighten it up. Otherwise we would not see our focal point. I don't know where I want this at the moment. I guess there is good. All right, let's get some flowers. Quick and easy flowers can be found in the Botanist Sticker Anthology. That's about perfect. So let's do one of these on that front pocket. So that one will be fine for that. Now the back inside pocket, it needs something longer, like wider. So I need to find a wide image. Do you ever notice how, like, when I flip through books on camera, they all want to flip to where we can't see anything but like the end paper parts? It's just funny how that works. I was looking to see if there was a wide mushroom image. New. I need a wide image. I mean, this is okay. It's not exactly what I wanted, but let's see about that. Let's see about these two. With a little trimming. So sometimes when stickers have a really big white border, I just kind of like edit that. I don't mind a little bit of white, but I'm not going to have all of that white on there. Plus, it's a little too big with all the white, so don't be afraid. Like, I'm not fussy cutting. I'm just trimming off some white. And you can see I'm being just kind of like, whatever I get with it. So there's that one. Great. That'll work perfectly. We do these stickers. My book is very old. My book is like one of the original ones, probably from 5 or 6 years ago. I don't know, a while ago. And so the stickers do over time kind of lose their stickiness. And I like to add extra glue back there. So that's that. And then I'll come back in and add something else. But for now, that's that. And then this one, I am going to leave the white on there. And he's going to go right there. And then we're going to put our labels on. And then I need something with color on the large pocket, because we've got some botanical in there, but not necessarily. I got glue on both of them. Not necessarily done with that, guys. So this is the large label. It'll go inside. This one can go here. Let's get some color on that back pocket. That one can go right there. Perfect. The good thing is the glue rubs off. So there's that. In here, we are going to have a label. but I need a little something with color. So I could go back and pick a different flower. And I know that there was a small little colorful, where did I see it? A small colorful, let's use something tall, like this little pink one will work. It's not the one I saw, but it'll work. Oopsie. We have a one flying around. So this guy right here will be just fine. And then we'll tie the two together with the label. And I'm going to put a stamp right there. The point of having that back there is just additional floral background back there. We're going to treat it like a book page. So I put it back there and I like it, but it does need some color. So now we're got that one over there. I'm going to put my label on. We're at 26 minutes. Goodness, decorating took me 10 minutes. I'm going to put that one there. I'm going to get something else for color because I'm still not like done with that one. And I have the fastest way to add color. We have pink. Let's do pink. Let's do this one. Yes, let's do that. Again, I'm adding extra glue. Now we have enough color to where I'm happy with this pocket situation. I do want this to be straight. I do want this to be straight, she says. It's just not letting me peel it back up now. All right, glitter glue, you need to cooperate. Nope, not yet. It's like sticking sticker to sticker. Okay, so there's that. That's done. Let's look and see what we have. And then we do need to make the tags for the big pockets. So I don't know about that in this video, but we have this. Flips open to that. I like it a lot better now. We've got lots of things to look at. There's color. I didn't do anything here. You certainly, you know, it does need something there. At the moment, I don't know that I want to add another botanical sticker or something, so I'm leaving it. And then back here in the back, I'm going to add copy dye paper. That's going to glue down to a page and flip out. We have a large pocket here for a large tag, and we also have a large pocket here for a large journal card. And they can stick out over the top because on the book, on the journal page itself, on the journal page, you see you have enough room for something tall to stick out of the top of these. So that's kind of nice because I'm going to layer something a little shorter and a little taller. And that's the way that's going to work. Flip out and it will have some journaling space back here. You can glue it on as a tuck if you glue the top and a little strip down the right side and the bottom. And then that could be a little tuck for a journal card or something back under there too. So options, options, options. But you can see where if you make a couple at the same time, you can use the leftover cardstock from one project to decorate or add pockets to the next. And I think that's really the key with using a single side piece of cardstock is you still get the look kind of double-sided. It's just a cute little simple flip out, but I do like it. So anyway, I have a couple more to play around with here. I've got this one and this one. And I've got some offcuts of paper I need to find, but that's those. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.